Hello YouTube, this is DrawingKid1313 and welcome to my tutorial for how to set up your very own Minecraft server. Now I'm going to be showing you how to set up the server with Windows. So if you're trying to set up a server on a Mac or Linux, it probably will not be the same and my video probably will not help you. So there's that. I'm also going to be showing you how to set up a server for Minecraft 1.3.2, but there really is no difference between Minecraft 1.3.2, Minecraft 1.8.1, Minecraft 1.4 pre-release. They're all the same, so yeah. I'm also going to be showing you how to set up a regular server. I'm not going to be doing a buckets tutorial on this video. I will do one soon in the future though. I also will just be showing you how to set up the server and port forwarding. In my later videos, I'm going to show you how to install certain mods to it, so stay tuned to my channel for that. That way you can know how to install mods to your server, and same with the bucket, learn how to install plugins and whatnot. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. There are two different servers that you can do. Well, I mean, they're the same server, but there's two different ways that you could set up the server, with the server.exe or the server.jar. You get both of these from the Minecraft website. Just go to minecraft.net, go to download, and they are right there. Here is the exe, and here is the Java. Here is also the wiki article if you have any questions or anything, and I am unable to answer them in the comments section. Go ahead and refer to this, and it will answer most of your questions. With that out of the way, you're going to want to make a folder for your server. Now you don't have to make two separate ones. I just made two separate ones because I'm going to show you how to do it two different ways. But the reason that why you make a folder and you don't just have it on your desktop is because this will automatically create different files for you, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So to launch the regular Minecraft server with the .exe, just double click on it. It's going to launch it. It's going to do all that fun stuff. It's going to say that a few things don't exist, and well, that's because they don't exist, but don't worry because it'll just create it for you. Once it's done, and you're all good and whatnot, you can go ahead, just exit out. Exit out. Exit out. And you can see that it created a whole bunch of files. You have your world. This is where the world is stored. And if you want to substitute your own world in there, let's say that you already built one or you want to do a custom map or something, just copy and paste your other world into here and delete that one. The other thing that you can see is you have banned players and banned IPs. Pretty self-explanatory. You have your ops. Whenever you're setting up your server, you're going to want to make yourself an op. That way you have access to different commands like /timesetday, edit the game mode, and all that fun stuff. So just type in your name, press save, and then exit out. You can also add the names of any other people that you want to be an op. You could also do that from in-game too, if you are an op. So you want to make sure that you are an op yourself before you can make anyone else op in-game. Now another thing, you have the server. This is a server log. It'll tell you everything that has been happening in your server. Now in a regular text document or notepad text document, it's not going to be too organized. I suggest getting Notepad++, just search it on Google and you can find it. Get that and you can see that everything is now a lot more organized. And you can see the whole log. So this will kind of allow you to find out if people are grieving, find out if people are using hacks, find out if people are on, find out what has been said, find out if people are talking about you behind your back, and just all that useful stuff. So just, extra little point. Right here that you have the whitelist if you want to make your server private and you only want certain people to be allowed to be on it. Go ahead and just add their name to the whitelist, and then you can find it on the server properties file. Simply just set whitelist to true and you're all done. You could also add a whole bunch of other things like the difficulty and the game mode and all that fun stuff. So yeah, just look at that. Everything's pretty self-explanatory. So that's awesome, and yeah, it's awesome. That's pretty much it. That's literally all you do for the EXE version. But with the EXE version, a default amount of 1 GB of RAM is dedicated to that server. What happens if you want a whole bunch of people on your server and you want a lot more RAM dedicated towards it? Well, that's where you use the server.jar. I have a folder right here and it has Minecraft_server.jar. Now you can't just simply double click on this as you did with the EXE version. You're going to have to make what's called a batch file. Batch file is used in Windows. It could be used for a whole source of things like pranking your friends and making the mouse move to different random places, or pranking your friends and making 1,000 notepad windows pop up, or it could be used to launch the Minecraft server. Simply create a new text document. You don't have to name it anything because we're going to delete it soon. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to type in the following: java-xms512m-xms1g-jar Minecraft server.jar. That's just the name of your server. Let's say that you have it named as something else. So let's say that this was named server with 4 R's. All right. Then in here you would want to make this server with 4 R's .jar. Then the last thing, no GUI, which makes that little window that popped up earlier not pop up, so that way you don't have annoying things in your way. But I'm going to change this to Minecraft_server. That way we don't confuse anybody. You can go ahead and save it, but it's not really going to do anything. I'm going to just change this. Minecraft_server. Alright, so now you can save it as a text document, but it's not really going to do anything. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to save as. And here, you make sure that it's in the same folder as your Minecraft.jar, your Minecraft server.jar. See this save as file type right here? Change it from .text to all files. If you save it as a text document, well, you're not going to be able to run the batch file because it's going to save as run.bat.text. Finally, for the file name, you're going to want to name it something like run, just so you know that it runs the server. You don't have to name it run. You can name it cookies if you really wanted to. The only important thing is that at the end you put .bat, and that will create the Windows batch file. Now you press enter on that to save it, and as you can see right here, we have cookies.bat. Let's just go ahead and rename that to run. That way, again, no one gets confused. We're going to delete new text document because we no longer need that, and we're going to double click on run. Command prompt will open up, and we'll see that you see the same exact thing that you saw with the exe version, only it's in the command prompt and not that stupid looking GUI. Once it's done, go ahead and exit out. You can go ahead and log on, you can have a lot of fun, but the problem is you're going to be all by yourself. Why are you going to be all by yourself? Well, you're going to be all by yourself because you can't have anyone join. You need to set up port forwarding in order to have people join. The way that you do this is you find out what your default gateway is. One way that you could find this out is by pressing Windows button and R to bring up the run command, and then type in CMD. It'll bring up the command prompt. I believe in order to do this, you have to be the administrator or the admin on your computer. You have to have all the administrative privileges, so you can't do this on like a school's computer or something, so don't even try it. And right there, you just simply type in ipconfig. Press enter. That's going to tell you some stuff about your wireless network or your adapter or whatever kind of internet you have. I happen to be running off Wi-Fi, so it's all going to be right there. You're going to want to go to the default gateway, which for me is 192.168.1.1. This is a very popular one, so chances are you may have this one. But if not, just make sure you write it down. So write it down somewhere, and then exit out. The next thing that you're going to do is go to your internet browser. You're going to go to you're going to type in your default gateway, so 192.168.1.1, and it's going to log in. Now, for most people, it's going to ask you what a password is, and it's going to ask you to log on with your username and password. This is usually set up by whatever service you had set up your wireless router. So like if you had like Geek Squad or Comcast or some type of business come to your house and set up your Wi-Fi, they probably set the password for you and they give you a little slip with the password on it. Now if you set it up yourself like I did, you got to choose your password, and if you accidentally reset your server or not your server, but if you accidentally reset your router like I did, you have a default thing. But then you can go ahead and change it, so I changed all that stuff, so don't try to hack my router or anything. But anyways, the screen that you have in front of you right now, if you're following along with this video, is going to be completely different depending on what router you have. I happen to have the Linksys E3000, but if you have something different, it's not going to look like this. So the best way to really figure out how to do this is to look at your router's manual. So yeah, I'm just kind of showing you the basics. Mine happens to be right under applications and gaming because it's just awesome like that. So click on that, and now you're going to come to this screen where you get to set up all your different port forwarding. Alright, you can see that I already have mine set up. I have it named Minecraft, but I'm probably just going to name it Minecraft. There we go. And then right here under external port, you're going to want to make sure that it's 25565 and 25565 for both of them. This is the default gateway that Minecraft uses for this server, so you don't really want to change it unless you know what you're doing. These other settings I have no idea what they do, and then this is where you're going to want to put in your IP address, the IP address of the computer or whatever you are going to be running the server from. You could figure this out again by going to CMD and typing in ipconfig, and mine is right there, 192.168.1.148. It's right there. Click enabled, click save settings. You're going to say settings are successful. You can exit out of that. And now when you go ahead and run your server, it's going to launch it. You're going to be able to have people join. All you have to do to find out your IP address of your server is go to ipchicken.org. And I realize that I'm not on my screen. I lied, ipchicken.com. That .org.com can really screw things up. So yeah, this is the IP address of your server. So you just say, hey, go ahead and join my server. It's 68.55.182.158. By the way, any of you watching this, this is not my server. I have my server of my SMP Let's Play hosted from somewhere else, so you're not going to be able to hack into my server with this. But anyways, yeah, that you just give that IP address out to other people, and that's how they join your server. And it's as simple as that. So that's pretty much all I have to tell you guys. That's pretty much all you need to know about setting up a vanilla server. Again, future tutorials will include how to set up bucket servers, how to mod your servers, how to install plugins, how to do all that fun stuff, and yeah, just things like that. So if this video has helped you out in any way, please help me out by leaving a like on the video. That really does help me, and it'll help other people that are trying to figure out the same thing. That way it makes it easier for them to find this video. Other than that, all I want to say is thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.